Now then, welcome to another video. So I think it's been about 2 years since I did an update on my Valhallan Imperial Guard. I have been chipping away at them during all this time, all the way through COVID, etc. Mostly picking things up on eBay, having to be very patient because the prices on eBay are insane. Just being patient and trying to get good deals where I can. And also a few people from Facebook groups, Discord groups and things that I'm a member of have very kindly sent me little bits and pieces. So I've added to the force over the last couple of years, and I've got it to a state really where I can do a bit of an update. So I think my last update I had 3 squads painted. I've now got 9. I've got 3 command squads as well, and I've got my mortars done. So let's just have a look at what I've managed to get done so far then. Okay then, so the first thing I'll show you then is the command squads that I've managed to get finished off. The leader of the army, so this is the old metal Chenkov, Captain Chenkov model. I had him painted originally, he was all green and things, but I put him in this new colour scheme that I've worked out. I think he looks a lot better. So he's the commander of the army. And with him I've got Commissar Yarrick. I've just winterized his base up a little bit. These are all old figures painted in the 19s. I've just repaired them a little bit and winterized the bases really. So that's the old metal Yarrick. I've got my command squad. So in there I've got I'll just show you the standard bearer. Standard bearer's it's a bit of a conversion. Scratch built the banner pole, that's off an Empire Knight, I think. Was it a Rights Guard Knight's banner top? Something like that. The flag just made out of tin foil and painted on. A couple of transfers used on there. Yes, that's the standard bearer, and that's the kind of company command squad. And then I've got 2 platoon command squads, so each one's got a heavy bolter team. These are really hard to get hold of, these weapon teams, because obviously they've been out of production a long time now. But yeah, so each of the command squads has got one of these. And then for this command squad here, I used a Deathcore Krieg lieutenant. I think I'd get away with it. I just wanted my 2 lieutenants to be different. He kind of fits in all right. That's him, and then a couple of grenade launcher guys in each squad as well. There's a grenade launcher. What I have done on their arms, because there's 3 different platoons, the first platoon have all got red triangles on their arm. Second platoon that this one's part of has got a red diamond, and then the third platoon at the back there have got red circles. And I may well go back and number them squads 1, 2 and 3 as well. I might just put that on the base, because you won't be able to see it really because it's so small during the game. And then each platoon's got a commissar. Again, this is painted a long time ago in the 90s. It's probably my favourite commissar model. So there with his power fist and his sword, looking really grumpy. Yeah, I like that one, it's cool. And then the second command squad, I'll just show you the commander because the rest of it's pretty much the same. This is the actual Valhallan lieutenant. He's got a hand flamer and a chainsword there. He's just pretty cool. Yeah, I just didn't want to have 2 of them exactly the same leading the platoons. That's why I used the Steel Legion guy for the other one. So that's him. So that's all the command stuff. Now I've got this little gaggle of characters as well. So I've got a couple of preachers. So this is an old, the old missionary from years ago, from the 90s. So I just winterized his base, again painted a long time ago. He's got his shotgun there, he's got a chainsaw in his backpack and all sorts. Pretty cool. Bit of a zealot. And then I've got this, stand up you. And I've got this guy. He's a confessor, I believe. Was he part of the Sisters of Battles army or something like that? I can't remember. But I just use him as a preacher for my Valhallans. Again, painted a long time ago. I think they brought a plastic version of this out. It's very similar. I do prefer this metal one though. So that's him. Then I've got a used to be called a Primaris Psyker, so it's the wizard, I suppose. I don't know what they're called now these days. But yeah, again, painted a long time ago. Just winterized his base, repaired him a little bit. And then I got this one. Someone sent me this. This is a Games Day 1998 US Special Edition Commissar, female Commissar. So I thought I'd add her in. It's pretty cool. And she just keeps an eye on the Psyker. Any signs of dodginess, she'll just shoot him. And I've got this little squat conversion I made. No idea what I'm going to use this guy for. He was just a cool figure. I had this idea of adding like a couple of squats into the army and trying to make them work somehow, and this would be their leader, but I don't know. So there he is. Basically, he's just the Age of Sigmar one. I cut his axe off, put a bolter in there instead of a Space Marine sprue. But he's a pretty cool model. I think he works quite well with the 40k setting as well, just changing his weapon, his big barrel of beer on his back. It's pretty cool. So that's that, and then we'll move on to the squads. So looking at the squads then, they're all pretty much the same. They've all got a support weapon in each. What I can do is take all the support weapons out and it'll leave me with 8 squads. But then I'll have loads of support squads instead. So we've got heavy bolters, auto cannons. I'll show you the auto cannon. There's an auto cannon there. Again, these are painted a long time ago. The actual guns and things. Also, I've repainted the crew figures and then winterized the bases. That's an auto cannon team. They do remind me of Soviets from World War II, these guys. And then there's a missile launch team that I just finished last night. Let's completely repaint these. Just finish them off. Pretty cool. And then each squad has got, obviously, a sergeant. So that's the second squad sergeant. So he's got the 2 bands on his chainsword. You got the first squad sergeant there. All 3 platoons are pretty much the same. And then the third one. Not that it matters, overly. Then I've just got a mix of special weapons in the squad. So there's either flamers in there, there's melter guns, there's grenade launchers, and various different specialist kind of weapons within each squad. Then at the back there, we've got the squad of mortars, which I'll quickly show you now. I'll just show you one of these. So that's a mortar squad. Or one of the mortar teams from the squad. There's 3 of them. Again, just recently repainted. Might notice the snow effect is slightly different on this base. It's from, say, example, this one. This one's a lot whiter. Now I had a pot of, what I've been using is Valhallan Blizzard. I had an old pot, which was really thick and it was great. And that's what this effect is. I've got the new stuff and it's a lot thinner and watery. And it's not quite the same. I think I'm going to have to go over it again and put a second coat on. You can see the difference. It's really annoying. But it is what it is, I guess. It is annoying when paints change their properties like that and you're halfway through a project. But yeah, there's a mortar team. Just sticking back. Now then, I've got a few more bits and pieces to get done, which I'll show you next. Okay then, so first off, what we've got is a squad of what are going to be Commissar Cadets. If anyone remembers the old Rogue Trader days, used to have squads of Commissar Cadets. So I thought I'd get some Mordians and paint them up in this colour scheme, as if they're cadets, with the blue piping and details instead of red. So there's one. That's going to be like the squad sergeant. And then I've got another 6 there. So what I do need is another 3 Mordians, which I'm hunting for at the minute on eBay, etc. I think it was John, he's known as Mordian John on social media and things, sent me these for nothing. So thanks very much for that. Really appreciate it. And then what I've got is another mortar squad there, all ready to be assembled that I picked up on eBay. Stripped all the paint off, got them quite cheap. And then over here, I've got another 2 las cannon teams. So I've got one that's already painted, which is this one. There's one las cannon team. I've got another 2 to add to it. So I have a full anti-tank squad as such. I probably paid a little bit too much for those las cannon teams because they're about as rare as rocking horse shit at the minute. So, yeah. Now what I've got here are Rough Riders. So these are the original metal, not Valhallan, Attilian Rough Riders. And I got these, where did I get? I can't remember where I got them from, but got them from somewhere. Yeah, so I've stripped all the paint off. They just need assembling. And they all have the hunting lances. There's quite a few different poses, actually. So yeah, they all need assembling and painting. And the plan is I'm going to paint them in the same kind of uniform colour as the rest of the army. So they blend in. The horses, I didn't have any horses. So these are actually Napoleonic horses from Front Rank. I like Front Rank figures. They're really big and chunky. And they kind of suit these figures. So if I just put the legs on there, it fits just nice. Look at that. Sorted. I didn't want to go with the plastic horses you can get from, for example, Perry's or elsewhere. I quite like the heft of the metal for this kind of old school retro looking army. So yeah, I got 5 horses from Front Rank, and all different as well. Different poses, slightly. Really cool. And I think they'll work perfect. I'm going to put them on these 40mm circles, the same as like my Lord of the Rings stuff. I know that there's probably some kind of different basing system for 40k, but I don't play 40k really, so I'm not bothered. I'll just do my own thing. Yeah, so that's that so far. And the other thing I've got still to do is all the armour and vehicles, which I'll quickly show you. So over here, what we've got is all my armour, which is very green, isn't it? Blimey. So I've got a couple of tank crew there, which are all metal ones. I'm not sure whether to give those black uniforms like World War II tankers would have wore. But then people think they're part of the Commissar squad or something. So he looks really surprised, doesn't he? Painted a long time ago. I was trying to paint eyes on everything. I might just give them the same kind of uniform as the normal Valhallans, to be honest, just to blend them in. Yeah. So I've got those to do, and then I've got these tanks. I've got a plan with all the vehicles, maybe to go with, I want to winterize them basically, so I'm thinking of doing like a whitewash camo scheme, like what they'd use in World War II and stuff. It was like this temporary paint they'd paint over the existing colour scheme, and it'd all get chipped off and stuff and look really weathered and battered. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I've got myself some chipping medium and things. I think I'll be able to do it. I might just have a go, maybe on one of the Sentinels or something. Let me know what you think of that. I'll put some pictures up of historical images and things, and some historical models to show you what I mean. Yeah, it's something I've never done before, so it'll be a bit of a challenge, but I like a challenge when I'm painting. And then what I've got down there is 2 squads of rattling snipers. I might just leave these the way they are, to be honest. It's almost like Sharps rifles with little green jackets on and stuff. I just winterize the bases. Let's try and get that in focus. Yeah, these are just little hobbits with sniper rifles. They're cool. These are, again, original little metal ones from the 90s. I think there was a version of these before these. These are like a second iteration of them as such. Yeah, so I've got 10 of them anyway. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am with my Valhallan project. It's just a pity that 4K sucks so much. Controversial opinion, but hey, it's my channel, it's my opinion. So, yeah. Anyway, what I am playing, I have been playing, is Grimdark Future, which is just so much easier and much more of a fun game, I think, anyway. Everything you need there. It's a free rule set. I'm part of the Patreon, so I got the new third edition rule book, and I got it printed out from Docs Direct. and I really enjoy it. It's alternating turn sequence. It's not I go, you go. There's some great videos out there of Grim Dark Future, so I won't go into it. So I'm not particularly good at doing that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a good rule set. Yeah, I don't want to waffle on too much longer. I've been waffling on for a while now, but I'm really happy with the way they're looking now. They look so much better than what they did before. They were all just green before, same as what the tanks are. I think they look a lot better. Anyway, let me know what you think. Anyone got any tips or links to anywhere where I can watch some tutorials on this whitewashing technique? I've got a few, but I'm always looking for more. I've heard of the hairspray technique and things like that as well. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye bye.